Hello there, Peter here from company WebAca. I'm web developer and also the owner of the company WebAca. This is the second part of the video where we're actually going to be doing some custom coding to put together a very nice pop-up for a client. So let's get started. First off, we need to set the foundation in terms of what kind of website it is and what kind of code it can accept. So this website comes with Bootstrap functionality, so Bootstrap is included, and we are able to use Bootstrap classes. So my hope is that within the box we can add Bootstrap elements. Before we start programming it, we need to make sure that we understand the client correctly in terms of what the client is looking to achieve. Obviously, creating a pop-up doesn't really do much, so we need to understand what he wants. And our client wants to make sure that visitors that are visiting his website, they are over 18, and they need to confirm that. And the second part is that he wants to ask a visitor, what are they here for? And we have different categories of products that they sell. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we have 4 different categories. So what I am planning to do here is to create a bit of code that will allow us to pretty much put together those 4 categories and have those 4 buttons so people can click on them and see what the store offers. I'm going to close out of the other work that I was doing, and we're going to navigate over to Apex website. I'm going to create a new, first off, I'm going to open up my style sheet where I'm actually doing the styling for the website, and I'm going to create a new HTML, actually no, let's do a new PHP document. So here we're going to add row. I have something pre-built already, so we're going to add row, we're going to add column, and then the column will be here on small screen 12. We'll see if it's actually going to work within the pop-up. Actually, let's do it right now. Let's see if Bootstrap will actually work inside of the pop-up. Item 1. And then we're going to create item number 2 here, just like that. Going to have proper offset. Okay, so theoretically we should have 2 columns here, 1 item, and then on the right side will be item number 2. Actually, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to disable this cookie because I don't want to constantly have to go back and refresh the page every time I want to see something. Going to refresh this now. Again. Okay, looks like the cookie is set and I need to create a new incognito window to actually see it. Yeah, there we go. Item 1 and item 2. Excellent, that's what we wanted. So now that we know that we can create several items here, we're going to start formatting this element here. So we know that we have 4 items, so 4 different buttons. That's why we're going to create a structure here that I really want to see. So we're going to have a header, so we're going to create div class call 12. And before we get ahead of ourselves, I want to see how it responds on mobile devices. So we're going to reduce the screen here, and yes, even on mobile devices you can see that it stays here correctly. Great. Okay, so this is going to be H1. Actually, let's do H2. Welcome to Apex. Then over here we're going to start putting buttons together. I'm going to give it 12. on a small screen, and then on a medium screen we're going to have two of them side by side, so 6, and call large will have 3 items, sorry, 3 columns, so we'll have all 4 items. Alright, so I'm also going to give it some div tags. Going to put some div tags here. This is going to be div class ve button ap. I'm going to give some margin top of 4 so things don't stick together too much, and we'll have the actual items right here. And so we're also going to set a link here. And the link will be outside of the div tag, and the div tag will be inside the a tag, just like that. Oops, don't need to save this. Alright, let's upload this. Let's see what it does. Item 1. Okay, H2 worked, that's good. Everything else, we just have one item here, so we'll see it better when we have more items. Let's actually add some items here. So what do we have? We have accent panes, relief aids, we have sleep aids. Just going to put here for now. We have PMS and menopause relief aids. Beauty and health aids. And the GIF packages I'll probably not add now. If client wants it, we'll add it. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The reason why I'm adding all of the text before I'm actually going to be starting CSS styling this thing is because I want to make sure that the text isn't too long, and I don't like when it's all capital letters. So I'm going to retype it. I'll put video on pause and then I'll return back. I need to centralize it now and really work with this class now. So I'm going to go to styles here, I'm going to go all the way to the very top. Going to upload it, and now we can really style it. Hello, where's our styles? There we go. Okay, so it's going to be a button. If it's going to be a button, then I want it to look like a button. We're going to be giving it some border, border solid, 2 pixels, and let's give it some color that's in line with this business. I think bluish will work nicely. Border radius 5 pixels. Color. I'm actually going to give it as a white color because I'm going to give this button a background color. This is going to be it's going to be either purple or orange. No, I think purplish color works really nicely here. It's too bright, like this. Okay. Font size 1.3 em, and there is a really nice font that I want to use in this website. I'm going to just grab it. I'll be back in a second. Okay, so a font from a previous website called Oswald. Fairly nice font, makes things look fairly compact, so we're going to include it here and also specify the font family within our styles over here. And I'm actually just going to copy this CSS. We're going to add it, upload it, and then we'll continue working on it. Okay, upload and refresh. There we go. See, this font it's really cool because it compresses things. And I'm also going to start working with the this is the large screen, but if we reduce the screen size, you can see that they can actually jump to 3 lines. So we need to make sure that the text is in the middle and that they all look quite nice. So we're going to give it we're going to work on them being the same size shortly, and I'm also going to give it some padding. Padding 5 pixels and font weight 300, 400. I think 300 will work nicely here. Okay, so let's give it some height. Mean height of 100%. So this is going to take up the full height of the box. Let's give it some padding. Padding 10 pixels. Okay, I think there is extra space there, extra paragraph space that we don't want to see there. I'm going to add this to styles and let's figure out what's happening with that space. If it's a space or if it's something else. What's going on? Okay. Aches and pains. Who has that extra space right here? But that wasn't the one that was giving us extra space. Something else is going on here. Seemed like there was a couple of A tags. There's a paragraph here. Okay, I know what it is. This is WordPress trying to format it in the way that it thinks it should be formatted. So happens all the time. Looks like we'll need to modify this a little bit. We'll need to make sure that WordPress doesn't get into the structure here and tries to format it itself. We're going to have to add a code here instead of just entering it as a text version. So how we're going to do that? How about we try shortcode? Yeah, let's do a shortcode. I'm going to create a shortcode for this. So there's a shortcode that we could potentially use. So we're going to create our own shortcode. I'm going to go to functions, scroll all the way down, right here. First off, we need to make sure that the shortcode actually works within the plugin itself. Okay, let's upload this. Oops. When you see that message, you definitely don't want to upload because you might have done some changes and you don't want to override those changes. So we will retrieve the file and we're going to overwrite it, and then we're going to add shortcode. Then we can upload it again to the server. Okay, here we're going to add the shortcode greeting, and let's click update and let's refresh this. Hello world. Okay, it works. That's what we needed to prove. The next thing is just we're going to output this entire script that we're putting together. Sorry, not script, but whatever you want to call it. All of this HTML is going to go right into our functions file and going to go right here. So this way WordPress will not interfere with the custom styling and things that it needs not interfere with. Let's have a look at the box again. Let's give it height of 100%. There we go. Now it looks much nicer. Let's also give it some padding again. 10 pixels. And text align center maybe. I think this looks good. Let's save this. Okay, because we are working with pure HTML now, we have a lot more flexibility in terms of what we can do with this. And again, I'm actually going to give it some effects here. I'm going to give it a hover effect. And I'm also going to give it a transition hover in and hover out transition of 0.5 seconds. You'll see why we need that in a minute. Going to select, let's work with this one. Also, what happened with our boldness? I think it disappeared somewhere. Font weight. I think we decided to do 300, didn't we? Yeah, that's gone for some reason. Let's keep this. Look at this, and let's force it to a hover state. Now it is in the hover state, and we should be able to work with it. Where's my hover attribute? Maybe it didn't upload. For state and hover. Okay, there we go. Okay, I really like when we use shades, and we used a very nice shade on this website, Tanya's Massage Therapy website. I'm going to force state on hover, and we're going to just grab this box shadow property. We're going to reuse it on this website now. Okay, and then we're going to change background color. No, it's not going to be white. It's going to be this color. And then we're going to did you see how nice and smooth the transition is? That's because we added that time element to it, transition element of 0.5 seconds. Okay, we definitely need to work on the links because we cannot have them underlined. So when I activated a link, herf over here, you can see that that's where the underline effect goes into play. And this is within the Bootstrap itself, so we need to override it because pretty much nowhere on the website we're actually using that. Okay, so we're going to make a global statement here, a link. I think that's what it is. Oh, sorry, a hover. Text decoration to none. Okay, looks like Bootstrap has a higher priority over this thing. So I hate using important. Sometimes we have to. And this was the case when we had to do that. Okay, I think this looks really, really cool. What else do we need to do? We have a nice transition. All of the elements are aligned. They're mobile friendly and responsive. We have welcome to Apex. We need to ask one question. Are you over 18? Actually, looking at other websites, it's not 18. Apparently, it's over 21 years old. So I think that's what we need to say. You must be at least 18 years of age to view this website. So we're going to use the same phrase here. Okay, so we have made that statement, and we're going to format this p tag accordingly. One thing that I want to also do here, we did have div class row, but I also want to give another distinction to this section. We're going to give it a section as well. Section ID equals to, let's give it A0014. It's going to become part of our scripts that we use to build websites. Section, so we can reuse it in future. I've already spent probably about an hour putting this together, so I want to make sure that we can reuse it in future. Okay. So what does the section ID gives us an ability to do? Quite a bit of things, actually, and I'll give you an overview. We're going to specify that this is A0014, start. So it's going to be an official code block that we can use in future. E0014 and so all of the code will go inside of these items here. Within the functions file, we're going to also make the same statement. Oops, this is PHP. Going to be E0014 start. And likewise, everything that has a start has an end, or end. Okay. Excellent. I'm going to upload this, and I'm going to upload this. Now, since we have the actual div ID, we're going to specify it here to make it unique to this website. And we can also specify how the p tag is displayed within this ID. And that's the primary reason why I decided to put together an IP ID for this block. Besides the fact that I want to reuse it in future. Going to close Tanya's massage therapy. Let's style this now. And it did not upload. Okay, let's upload it again. We need to upload this. We need to upload this. And it is a p tag. Okay, so that should work. Refresh again. Like this. There we go. Font. No, just let's do color first. It was black probably. Font weight. .400 pixels looks good. And let's give it some margin from the top. Actually, no. I think that's plenty. Going to add it here, just like that. Okay, we also need to give users some sort of direction that they should select whatever they want. I'm going to reduce the upper margin. Margin top here is a bit too much. What the heck, we're going to do mt-4. There's only 4 items within this. And we're going to change it to mt-2. Replace all. Okay, and we're going to create another column. And here we're going to give mt-4. And we're going to ask a user what are they interested in. Save and upload. What happened to our p tag? Some reason CSS doesn't get updated every time. Okay, so this looks good, but I think it can look better. So we're going to increase the font size. 1.3 EM. Yeah, I think 1.5 EM works really nicely. But it's almost as big as the actual text. 1.4, 1.3, yep. This looks good. And the way that I'm going to modify it is I'm just going to use inline styles. Okay, what's wrong with this statement? I see. Okay, so I think now we can mark this project as finished. We have created exactly what we needed to create. Mobile-friendly pop-up that looks really sharp and really works well on mobile devices. It gives an overview that the person has to be 21 years of age, and yeah, it looks really cool, I think. If you need a similar pop-up, you might have noticed that it does take quite a bit of time to put something like this together, and it does require a bit of programming. And we do this service for our clients. If you're interested in something similar, feel free to reach out to me, and I'll be happy to help you out. My company is webacre.com. Feel free to just go to Contact Us page and fill out this information here, and I'll be happy to reach out to you. If you are a developer, greetings, thanks for visiting my channel, and I have something for you as well. Remember I mentioned that we have a library of scripts that we're going to be including this module into. And yes, we do indeed have library of scripts, so it's called acfboot.com. ACF stands for Advanced Custom Fields, because pretty much every single blog that we build has Advanced Custom Fields functionality embedded in it. However, this specific plugin and this specific shortcode doesn't have Advanced Custom Fields, but it will still be part of this library. It's going to be, actually I don't have a location for it yet, but I will add a new button. It's going to be called Pop-ups. So within the pop-ups you'll see this script that will appear. Now, how does this work? How does this library work? If you go to, let's go to hero image. Well, first of all, you need to log in. Just going to log in with my credentials. Let's go to hero. So here are some hero images that you can use for your website. And well, not exactly images, they're code blocks. If you expand, you have the JSON file, which imports advanced custom fields inside of your WordPress, and you have HTML and CSS files that you can use to just quickly drop together your website. You also have fairly complex functionalities here, like blog posts and blog modules. Also comes with advanced custom fields integration. There's a whole video of how you can integrate it. I mean, there's quite a bit of content here that you can scroll through, see if this is something that's worth for your business. Tell you what, we used to build websites. It took us about a week to put a very high-end, high-quality website together. Now we can do that in about 1 day, even less. Really did help us. If you want to join, the join is very inexpensive. It's $1 for the first month, and then it's $4.99 after that. But the prices will go up in future. Because as more code blocks we add here, the more people will join, the more, and then we'll need to up the price so we can really have the proper support to keep this library afloat and available to the public. Okay, so I think they have this pop-up maker. I think it has an ability for me to export it. I hope it does. Import, export. There we go. So I will be exporting this specific pop-up that we have just created, and it's going to be part of the Advanced Custom Fields library. So whenever you're ready, please go on to Advanced Custom Fields library and download the code directly from there. If you like this video, please hit the like button. I'm going to really appreciate it. And subscribe and leave a small comment as simple as saying thanks, it worked great. Or if you have questions, feel free to use the comments below. It will really help my channel grow. Thanks and have a good day.